And welcome to Non-Ec Nonsense, a show where we are going further and further away from God. I am Kat Gold.
I am Michael Matterdomini. Today, we have the winner of the worst podcast back with us for a part 2. She needs no introduction, but we're going to let you give one anyway. Go ahead.
It's Sara Schoch!
Yay! I'm back, bitches!
This time with video, so they can really see the nonsense that's going to happen.
Full experience. Yeah, the full experience.
A rowdy round 2, if you should say. A rowdy round 2.
I know. The return. That's what my husband called it. The return. So.
Oh my God.
Nice to see you guys. I love yous.
Oh, we love you
too.
I'm so proud of you. This is honestly, a lot of people stop doing this after a year or 6 months or whatever. And here you are going into your second season, and that's fucking great.
Because we're nuts.
You're nuts.
We haven't reached getting actually canceled yet, so we're just going to keep going until then.
Do you know what? It's like, if it's bringing you joy, then who the hell cares? You know what I mean? And I know that it brings me joy. You know what I mean? So keeping on.
I think
you hear that, Michael Ursua? It gives people joy that this podcast is happening. So Sara, I know you don't know Michael Ursua, but can you tell him to come on the pod?
Which guy is this?
He was my director at the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center, and he keeps on saying and joking that he'll come on, but he never comes on. He's
our biggest fan. He will literally message us at midnight when episodes drop and be like, "Are you doing this live?
Come on the podcast. Listen to me. Come on the podcast. This is so fun. It's what time is it here? It's 11 o'clock and we're recording this thing. This is so past my bedtime.
I totally forgot that we're all in the same time zone right now.
Yeah, which has not ever happened before.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
this shit is
great.
So funny.
But yes, director, I don't know. I didn't hear your name.
Michael Ursua.
Come on this, okay? Because it's so fun and literally, where else do you have a platform in which you have no leash?
I think that's what he's afraid of.
That's all right.
He's afraid of the lack of the leash. No, but oh my goodness, this is just so fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so we are all kind of on our own journeys of chaos right now, because this is the first time all three of us are in a show at the exact same time right now.
Yeah,
so
performing.
Yeah. So what is everyone doing right now? Okay, so we need to preface this. This episode is coming out in October. This is currently July as of the recording. So what projects is everyone working on right now?
Guess
me?
Guess
okay.
First.
Well, I am currently at Main Street Studios in Fredonia, New York, which is where I went to college, my undergrad. My mentor, Ted Sharon, bought this building that has this gorgeous space in it. It's a studio space. We use it all kinds of different ways. And we do Shakespeare in the summer. And this is my 3rd year doing it. And this year I have the honor of playing Lady Macbeth. And so I am in the first 4 days of rehearsal. And yeah.
You're going to be so iconic in this show. It's just, I wish I could see you.
Aw. Well, we're gonna tape it, so
Really? Oh my God.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, we will definitely tape it. But
I am thrilled. I will sell my soul for a juicy bootleg. I
absolutely, absolutely, you don't have to sell your soul. Yeah, I will get it for you. But what's really like, I'm just like falling in love with the language, like
Mhm.
the letter she reads from that Macbeth writes to her, and he's like, this thing is happening and I'm going to be the king, I'm going to be the king, blah, 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 all this stuff. Um, the way the letter is written is so beautiful. Like the language is so brilliant. And I just love Shakespeare. I mean, I just, as a singer, I love Shakespeare. As an actor, I love Shakespeare. And it's just like the language just takes care of itself if you
Mhm.
memorize it correctly, and yeah, I'm just totally in love right now. I had a rough
Yeah.
rehearsal tonight, but through no faults of my own. But that's okay. Um, it reminds me that my students sometimes go home feeling like that, and I worry. And then I have to remember that it's part of the process. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. It's
anyway, I'm working on Lady Macbeth. That was the crazy way of saying that.
no, I that it yeah, no.
I'm
I
just like in a weird place. So that's why I
yeah.
say that way.
No, I just you are gonna be so fucking iconic as Lady Macbeth. And I wish I could see it in person. I mean, I'm gonna watch the
Yeah.
bootleg like nobody's business. But like, no, I wish I could see it in person. So, Michael, what are you up to? Because today was your first day rehearsal, right?
Today was the first day of school at Chorus Line.
A five,
Um,
6, 7, 8.
PTSD.
I
Um,
know.
I mean, by the time that this comes out, it will have closed. But I'm on the line this time. We got Justice for Butch. It was trending on social medias back in January, and here we are.
Oh
Um, I'm
man.
I'm playing Alan DeLuca, 30, and I come from the Bronx. But I'm excited. This process is going to get me skinny. And I get to play a role that I've wanted to play for about a year now.
I'm
So
so fucking proud of you.
thank you. I'm proud
I
of
am
myself.
so proud of you. Like, I have no reason to be proud of you. Obviously, they have nothing to do with your success whatsoever. But I love you and I'm proud of you. And because, like, I don't think I said this to Kat the other day. I want you to get out of where you are so you can get your due, because like I think you need to break. Sorry, I'm about to be your manager, your,
No,
your
please.
agent. Like, I'm ready for you to like break out of where you are so people see you differently. And I want to come back to that because I have a story I want to share with you about a friend of mine, because like I told this to Kat and I want to share it with you. So, Kat, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
So currently I am in rehearsals for Sound of Music, playing Sister Berta and then understudy Mother Abbess, which is
She
fun
just
because we're
follows
Understudies. Let's
right
do
in her mama's footsteps.
no, it's
Walk
no, it's
on, baby.
there you go, there you go. No, it's going well. Um, we the likelihood of us going on as understudies is, at least the last time I was here, which was summer of 2022, every single show that happened, understudies and swings went on. Now, not in every single track, but often, often. Kinky Boots was particularly spicy. Now, the pressure is on because the likelihood that it feels like I could go on seems pretty high in the main hall. They're currently having an outbreak. They've had a lot of They've had a lot of swings and understudies go on. And, you know, it's been confined to them. It's not touching us, but things happen because, you know, in the country, there is an uptick. So it's definitely something that we're keeping eyes on. And our director, Michael Jablonski, he literally was like, this very likely could happen.
Michael Jablonski.
Yes.
I know him.
Yeah.
Is he blonde?
Yep.
I know him. He worked at the barn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tell that dude I said hi.
I will. I will.
Tell him Sarah Schoch says hi, Michael. Yes, I know him. Holy cow, I know everybody. This is everybody knows him. I know everybody. It's so crazy. Oh my God. We worked we didn't do a show together, but he choreographed West Side at and his wife Kim.
Yeah, she's our Maria.
She was oh my God, that'll be so great. Oh my God, Kim Sava. She is so incredible. She was in Beetlejuice. Like, she's fantastic. Oh
yeah, no, she came in a couple days late. So he's directing and choreographing, and she's Maria, and she's fantastic. She's so fantastic.
Please tell them I say hi, because they are just delightful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Yay. Okay, so Michael, can I tell you my story now?
Go for it.
Okay, so my friend Joe Aaron Reed, if anybody looks him up.
I know him. I'm just kidding. I don't. You know everyone. I don't. Continue.
So my friend Joe Aaron Reed, we did Kiss Me Kate together in Boston, on the Esplanade, which is outside, and we did it in this huge band shell, and it was 10,000 people. It was amazing, dude. It was like a rock concert. It was unbelievable. I have never, like, the pictures of it, joy. They're nothing but joy, because I am just like, I'm where I belong in front of all these people. Like, it was amazing. Full orchestra. Mark Kudish was Petruchio. Carrie O'Malley was Kate. I played Hattie, and Joe played Paul. Perfect. And it was divine. And Andrew Burnap, if you know who that is, he was the king in Camelot most recently, and he's kind of like a movie or a series or something coming out. But he was Bill, and then our friend Michaela was Lois. Anyway, not important. But Joe. So Joe had done like a bunch of ensemble stuff on Broadway, like tons of ensemble stuff. I mean, he was just known as like being the guy. Yeah. And he was really trying to break out of that, and getting Paul was one of those roles. That was one of his like first breakout roles. He was this amazing tumbler. You know what I mean? So when we did Too Darn Hot, I mean, he did these like crazy tumbling passes, and then was like, Too Darn Hot. I mean, it was like insane. But he went back to New York, and it just wasn't going anywhere. So he met someone, I think, and he moved to London. Either way, he moved to London, and he started really getting work there. Like, really getting work. Like, I think the last thing he did over there was Dreamgirls with Amber Riley, and he was Curtis.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
With Amber Riley.
Yeah.
He made the leap, you know what I mean? Like, he made the leap, and it isn't easy to do, and like, you're doing it. And I just want to tell you like that if I was your manager, I would be like, now's the time to strike, baby, somewhere else, because you've got a great resume. You've got plenty of work. You are ready to go to a larger market and get known. I'm not saying New York, who cares? I'm like Chicago, you know, I'm a little ick on DC. It's a little hard to get in the scene, but you know what I mean? For you, Chicago would be so great, if not New York. You know what I mean?
Right now,
we currently kind of have a plan for New York.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
we're
because
for you, it's about damn time. Well, let's see, you're over here. I mean, it's about damn time, you Missy.
I know. My whole thing was just the finances, really. I didn't want to go without having money in the bank. And now that I'm signed on for the tour and stuff, I will be able to.
Oh, have you told people that you're doing that on the podcast?
At this point, when this episode drops, we will be opening in New York. So it'll be public information at that point. But yeah, no, with the tour, I'll be able to put enough money away where this is very much feasible. And honestly, like mainly in this past year has been where I really felt, because I was always teetering back and forth. And in this past year, I was like, oh, I actually have to, but I need the money. And the thing was for me, when I left Florida, all the companies that wouldn't hire me hired me.
Yeah.
And
that's sometimes the shitty thing about moving to New York. Unless you just audition for Broadway shows, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get shopped out.
No. So we are talking about next summer.
Yep. I have a wonderful season booked already.
Yeah, we've got our seasons booked, and so
she's got her season. Yeah, so once that season's done, then because my parents are moving, and I don't want to go up to bumfuck Orlando. God bless them, I love them, but I don't want to move into the middle of nowhere in Orlando. So I'm gonna be taking my money that I make from these shows, and it's going straight towards moving in with Kat. That's the goal.
I'm so proud of you guys. I really am. It's time for you both. Like, you have great resumes. No one's going to be able to argue with your resumes. Yeah. And right now, honestly, I feel like Kat's just getting dicked around because she doesn't live in the city.
Yeah, that's honestly how I've been feeling, is just because. So like, I don't come into the city unless I have an appointment. Right. Now, yeah, no. So, the thing is like, let me just say, virtual is great. Virtual is great because I book most of my work virtually. It gives access to people that can't be wherever they need to be to get hired. Like the season that I'm working currently, I got it virtually. The first time I worked there, I got it virtually where no one at that company knew who I was.
You don't have to tell me. I got kids coming from Germany. I got kids coming. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's great. And it's great. So like, you can go through the first couple rounds and not have to like truck yourself in and like sit at like an EPA like all day, like hoping to get like in, especially for us lowly non-ec folk.
What do you mean? There's no difference.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, so the thing is like I'd say 90% of the time I can get seen by who I want to be seen by through like Actors Access and shit like that, right? But
I think we should still play that game too.
Oh yeah, no. But it's at a point where like I've had so many like callbacks where they've needed me to come to the city and I've been like on contract or like, and the thing is, and this is really shitty, I haven't been going into the city for regional contracts. I've only been going in for tours because I'm like,
And the problem with that is
No, I know. Some people, here's the thing, I guess. There's this lovely culture about theater where everyone's like, you should, someone else really wants it, and I get it. Not everyone has come back from COVID and started working and stuff, but some people will guilt trip you if you're not doing every single little opportunity and like letting things pass by. I feel like it still happens. Like we're like, well, you're lucky that you could be working right now. So you should go in. You're lucky you're getting seen.
you're not lucky, Cat.
Get her. Get her.
You are talented. You have good technique. You know how I know? I fucking taught it to you. So anybody that comes at you and says you're lucky to be working, you please have them at me. I mean, really, because I'd love to have this conversation publicly. Because it's, first of all, it's nobody's business who's working and who's not. Okay. That is not our job.
Yeah.
Our job is to just go and do the audition and make the best 30 seconds of theater that we could possibly make. And that is the job. That is it. Getting hired is none of your business. Yes, the character will choose you. I'm sorry you're not getting picked.
I'm so glad we got
It
that
is
face
so
on camera.
rude.
I'm so glad. That was priceless.
That is so rude. That is just such an entitled thing to say.
Yeah.
Like that in itself is entitled. Like that is just so like the world, you just expect the world to give it to you. Like what the hell? And you are allowed to set boundaries for yourself, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You're almost 30 years old. You
I
are
am
allowed,
30.
you are 30. There you go. You're allowed to say, I no longer want to be doing this kind of work. These are the standards that I am setting for myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, honestly, like I was your age when I got my equity card because my mentor, Carol Dunn, told me it was time to grow up. You know, that's when equity was different, kids. But that's also why I went back to grad school, because I was just like not happy with the level of work that I was doing. I was sick of fringe and storefront. God love it. As much as I love working in small spaces, I was like, I need something with production value. Otherwise, like I need to wear a pretty dress. I need to perform with a full orchestra, or at least half of one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that work was not available where I was, you know what I mean? And so, because that wasn't the culture, you know? And so it was just like, I need to do something beautiful. That was really one of my main motivations for going back to grad school. You know what I mean? Obviously I wanted to teach. Obviously I wanted to perfect my craft, but I also wanted to make beautiful things, and schools have some money. So, you know.
True. I will say some of the most, and I've done some beautiful things, but some of the most beautiful things that were in school.
Oh,
I will
without
never,
a doubt.
the dress that Glenn made me for Drude,
I know.
I will never wear anything as beautiful as that dress.
He sent me with costumes for Lady Macbeth.
Oh.
Costumes by Wardrobe Witchery. Lady Macbeth's costumes by Wardrobe. Yeah, he sent me with robes and dresses and nightgown and crown and everything. So yeah,
I love
he's
Glenn.
the best. But anyway, what's on our list, Michael?
So talking about Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, it's a superstition in the theater to not say Macbeth.
Yeah.
Now, yes, talking about superstitions, what is everyone's like superstition that you have in the theater? Anything to that notion?
So I'll just go ahead and say I don't have the Macbeth superstition because shit goes wrong on every single show. Like you can't blame, like you're not gonna blame it. Like, okay, it's not that.
Yeah.
Somebody gets injured every time. Something goes wrong every time. Okay. In our first rehearsal, an entire rack of chairs went down the stairs. Okay, that just happened. It's not because we're doing Macbeth. It's not because anybody said Macbeth. It just fucking happened. And it didn't even occur to me until this moment to connect the two. You know what I mean? Like, that just, like, happened. Okay?
Michael is stifling his laughter right now, and I swear to God, if you compare me to that row of chairs, I will kill you.
Can we just Photoshop a photo of you on top of those chairs falling down?
Okay, good. I'll see it in the podcast. Because I don't know the story. But were you sitting?
Oh my God. We definitely talked about this the last time we recorded. This is about me in Greece falling down the stairs.
Oh yes. Yeah.
How could we forget?
Into another injury.
Literally, I just
because
as
you guys
you said chairs going down the stair, he just went it was
like last season was like only about injuries. Every single podcast was like, here's the worst injury I've ever had. But anyway,
at least we stuck to a theme.
Yeah, definitely. If it works, just stick with it. But I do have a couple superstitions, Macbeth not being one of them. And they actually come from real places. I do believe in theater ghosts. I have had personal, Kat knows this, I have had personal experience multiple places with theater ghosts. So the ghost light, that is a superstition I really believe in, and we finally put one in our studio theater.
They didn't have one in the studio?
No, they always
that place is actually haunted.
Yeah, they would always keep the lights on like upstairs in the crow's nest or whatever. And they call that the ghost light, but I'd be like, nah, bitch. Nah. So the ghost light, that's a big one for me. Whistling in the theater is like an absolute fucking no. It is probably my biggest superstition. Do you know where that comes from? Do you guys know where that comes from?
No, I just remember it being a thing at school. I don't remember where it comes from though.
So it comes from, it used to be that the sailors, when they would get off ships, they would, want to work for extra money or whatever, because obviously being a sailor, they didn't make enough money. I don't know how much sailors make. But so they would work apparently in the theater when everything was like drops, you know what I mean, with sandbags and everything. The only way they knew to communicate with each other, because there was no ClearCom that didn't work anyway back then. They had every stage manager, I hope, is laughing, who's listening to this, but they would whistle when it was time to bring up a drop or lower a drop. So people, when things started getting automated and people could communicate better, like with electricity, with like cue lights and things like that, people no longer used the whistle to communicate. But then there were still some oldie but goodies that thought the whistle was the cue. You know what I mean? So that's why we don't whistle in the theater, because like then a sandbag would get dropped on your damn head. I'm not kidding. Does that mean I'm trying to say, you know what I mean, less? Okay. Because it's been brought to my attention more than once now.
Was it brought to your attention because of the podcast, or was this just like in your
Michael
everyday life?
literally put it in a comment under my episode. What do you mean? Yes.
You know what I mean? No, listen, like it's a great drinking game. Like if people watch this episode
Fuck off.
and they take shots every
If my
time.
students listen to this, fuck you. Don't do that.
Don't do it
Michael.
unless you're 21 and above and you're not in a show.
No, because I'm saying they're gonna keep track. They're gonna be like, have a ticker.
Don't listen to me, y'all.
And you know what's really hard as a teacher? You are literally asking, does this information make sense? Am I communicating it to you?
Do you know what I mean? Yes.
Yes. Like literally, it's not like this annoying thing that I'm trying to do.
It's not annoying. I think it's wonderful.
But then one of our accompanists and my good friend Ryan, he like started making fun of me about it. So, and it was separate, I think. So now I'm super self-conscious about it. You
Michael,
know what?
Look what you did.
God damn it. Oh God, just another reason, my man.
Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
But anyway, going back, those are really my two superstitions. Just one, I guess. Oh no, two: the ghost sleigh and the whistling. You know, in fact, my mentor and our producer, his daughter, she just learned to whistle, and she was whistling in the theater. We don't have any like. We just have a ceiling. Okay. It's a tall ceiling, but we don't have any like drops or anything that come in or any kind of capability like that. But still, it like made me a little sick to my stomach. I was like, I'm gonna die. We're gonna die. We're already doing the Scottish thing. Everybody feels weird about that. And now they're whistling. Where's the black cat?
So speaking of sick to my stomach, my superstition it sort of has to deal with that.
I was like, holy shit, where is this going?
This is just the me thing. I always must take a PSS. And what I mean when I say PSS is a pre-show shit. Now,
1 hour.
Now, this is not a superstition.
No, but hear me out.
Because if you don't.
The only times that I fucked up terribly on stage, is when I do not take a PSS. Like every other time is great. Chorus line, the last time I did it, you know, the lights dimmed and I was like, all right, let's get out there. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't take my PSS.
On deck.
I fell out of my turn so bad that night. I've never done that ever in my life. And then with Grimsby, I didn't take a PSS and I fell flat on my face and I literally almost shit myself. So even if I don't feel like shitting or I don't have like the urge to go ahead and go to the bathroom, I still do it. I don't care if little pebbles come out or like whatever. I just need to clear, like get a colonic like before I go on.
Out of your turns because like you were off balance, like you had too much going on. Oh my God, yeah.
So I mean, shit, you fell out of your turn.
I fell out of my turn. I was off balance. I'm so serious. My bowels were all messed up and I fell out of my turn. So like that for me, and first off, I don't take it in the dressing room because gross. Like I make my way out to the lobby bathroom.
Thank you.
And
That's
exactly it up to the people who buy tickets to see my show.
That's right. You punish them.
Exactly.
Because you know they're gonna unwrap them candy wrappers and they're gonna cough and talk and be like, what do you say?
Especially at the Lauderhill Performing Arts Center because it's on average 7 phones go off during a show.
You get them, kid.
I dropped 7 turds to counteract the phones. So that's
I'm with you. You remember, my friend Connie always tells me, you remember whatever you put out in the universe, remember to put something good back in.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you
So that's
go.
mine.
You're doing it for the people.
Oh my God.
So is that your one thing?
That's my one thing. I must drop a dookie before every show. 100%.
You are not a woman. Like, you have not ever, you definitely are not a woman. You have never had to be dressed in a corset, tights,
Oh my God.
and everything, and Mike an hour before.
I
Like,
could never.
you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't do anything. And like, when I played Mother in Ragtime, I didn't even, like, there was not time to get me undone so I could pee. And like, so I ended up doing that show and like never drinking any water until right before Back to Before. Right before that, I could have a drink. And then I could like, I could make it to the end of the show.
No, I will never forget. So doing Little Women at UWF, we were in these corsets like nobody's business. Now, when I did Drood, at that point, Glenn had a custom corset made for me and my measurements. And so that one it fit like a glove, and like it like really worked well with my anatomy.
I will say to any of my customers who built me corsets, Allie built me one for Ragtime, and I will say that the corset was comfortable. It's just you can't get all the shit off. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, but so the corsets at that point were not, they were a corset that fit me, but it was not like made for my anatomy. And that corset for Aunt March reduced my waist by 9 inches. It was, I'll insert a photo here because that was the most snatched I've ever been in my entire life. But
honestly, if you find that photo of me on as of Mother is Ragtime, you can put that in here. That corset, they would have to, my body would just shrink. So like, they would put it on me, and then at half hour they would tighten it again, and then at intermission they would tighten it again. And then, like, just because my body would shrink and shrink and shrink. And would you believe it or not, after all these years of doing shows in corsets and all like the body work, it is like completely healed now I have multiple sclerosis, but I don't have scoliosis anymore because of the fucking corsets and all the body work that you do as an actor. Like, that was a great discovery when I had MS and I no longer had scoliosis. I was like, wow, I healed one thing about myself.
I can't. No, but anyway, so Little Women, we were all in these crazy fucking corsets, right? And they looked gorgy. But basically we could eat for I'm trying to think, it was a 7 or an 8 p.m. show. So the last time we could eat was by 4 p.m. Any later, you could not eat. And we would take our pre-show shits and we would get into those fucking corsets that would suck the life out of us. And we wouldn't drink water because we couldn't, but also because
there's
no
is
sensation.
There intermission in that show?
Yes, there is. But it also was just like your body, like when the corsets were that tight, anything you consumed, it felt like I was gonna fucking throw it up. And then as soon as the corset would come off, I had phantom corset for like 2 months during that process, and then it would come off and just all of a sudden just like
you just like melt.
Like the melt and the hunger just
to the ground. Like my dresser, Timmy Shoe, wherever you are, I love you so much. I would literally, and I'd be so like soaking wet, you know what I mean? Yeah, totally. It's
dying for our art.
Corset life is, yeah. It's wild.
My experience with terrible, just not terrible, but like not fun conditions wearing a costume. I recently did SpongeBob the musical, and
Yeah.
I was Larry the Lobster. And my costume for Larry had me wearing a ski jacket
In
and
Florida.
in Florida with those lights on. I I think
Rude.
I'm like I've got a tan from wearing that thing.
Infrared.
Yeah, and there was scenes where I was just standing in a spotlight and I could hear myself like sizzling, and to the
Dude.
point where I would run off stage and unzip this thing and hold it open by one of the stage fans, and like my dresser Liz, God bless her, would look at me and go, "Ooh," I'd be like, "I'm so utterly sorry." And the last day before the show, I looked at Patrick and I was like, "Can you try on my sweater?" And everyone was like, "Don't, no, it's a no." And he threw it on. So I was the real winner. But I was about 110 degrees in that thing at every moment. It was pretty gross and sticky. It was very sticky.
It's really, I told Kat, I said, you're about to have the best costume of your life because she's playing a nun. And I swear to God, when I played the Mother Abbess, I told her this, just had this conversation. I said, honey, that is the role. That is the role to have, the Mother Abbess, because if you do it right, you get to wear yoga pants underneath your whipple, or whatever, your robe. You get to wear a sports bra, yeah, instead of like any real thing with structure, because you're a nun. Who cares? And you don't even have to pin curl. Usually they'll just French braid you and you're done. I mean, and I got to wear like these like flat slippers, and you didn't have to have your nails done because you had to hide your hands anyway. And it was just like, and if you do it right, you get a standing ovation at the end of Act One. You know what I mean? It's like the best track ever.
Honestly, like I haven't done my understudy track yet.
No, Sister Birds is even better.
It is my one of my favorite.
It's the best track. That's what I'm saying. You don't even have to worry about like singing a whole song.
Literally, I'm at the bottom of the staff the entire show.
Exactly. No like, high notes.
Wrap it up.
And you get to be the fun. You get to bring this. She's the sassy one.
Yeah, we did a run through a couple days ago.
God, I feel like she just got there.
No, we did a run through of like half of Act One. I think we got to like scene 8 in Act One. So we just kind of like ran through what we had on like day 4 or something, whatever. Yeah, sure. Just like off book, whatever. And we were just kind of like, we got to like marry all the transitions in the show, because there's so many transitions, and when you're learning all the nun music like in pieces and sections, it was just hard to like. Confite is the actual horror anyway. The confite.
Oh yeah,
nightmare. Nightmare, the processional.
Oh my God.
No, but so we got to do it, and it's like this was the first time we got to see like our entire cast, because they're having like kid rehearsals separate from us and shit.
Of course.
And keep the kids away from me. No, but yes. No, but so we ran through it, and of course Sound of Music is just, it's a sweet show, and like, it's golden age, but like the first time we got laps was How Do You Solve a Problem, and I was like whooping it up. I was like,
absolutely. That's exactly where the first lap should be. That's exactly where the tension should all build to How to Solve a Problem, like Maria. When I did it and I was Maria, our nuns did like a soft shoe. It was like, how do you solve a problem like Maria? Oh my God. It was so great. It was just so joyful. And my friend Kevin Kelly, he's passed away, who was like one of the very first people to ever like be like, that's a star. that's a star. He like cast me all over the place and really encouraged me to go all the way with it. And but he just saw it as this like almost like this moment where Maria had finally infected the nuns, that she had done exactly the thing to all of them that they didn't want, you know what I mean? And that's like right at the top of the show, and it showed how infectious Maria herself was. But I do have to say about Sound of Music, the best meme that has ever come out of Sound of Music. Have you seen the one that I might be talking about?
Yes, we have talked about this meme nonstop since we started rehearsal.
The one where you're like, can you imagine walking down the aisle to a bunch of your former coworkers saying how annoying you are?
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Yes, that's what we were talking about. We've been talking about that meme nonstop.
It is so funny. I'm sorry.
It is really out of left field why in the middle of the wedding we're doing Diagnose, and then it's just
oh my god,
how do you
and
solve
that is
the
like
problem
so
like Maria, and then it goes back out to Latin. I'm like, what the hell is this show?
That is so fucking. It's like I feel like Andrew Lloyd Webber heard that and was like, I got an idea. This is the mega mix. Just from that, because there's so many of the themes in the wedding sequence. Andrew Lloyd Webber growing up was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it at the end of my shows.
Just mega mix. Nightmare inducing mega mix. No, but okay, so good. Anyway, getting back kind of on track about the superstitions. I know we knew this was going to go off the rails. It
always does.
No, but no. So
we
my
are
superstitions.
Not normal.
No, God, no. No. So I'm definitely a pre-show shit girly. That is definitely. Mm-hmm. I love a pre-show shit. I feel free and less stress. Anyway, but my actual superstition is I knock on wood, but it's not just like, I knock on wood before I enter the stage. I will literally knock on wood on 3 different pieces of scenery before I enter the stage. I don't know why. Why do I do that? I will literally like wake up, like especially like with shows that I've done over and over again. Disenchanted, oh my God. The amount of times that I'm doing knock on wood on that goddamn throne because it's behind the curtain, I'm like, every single time. I don't know why. I have to.
I'm not going to diagnose you today. Because that doesn't sound like a superstition.
I'm not going to diagnose you with Sara Schoch. There it is.
Not going to diagnose you today.
So, Kat, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm guessing you didn't knock on many you didn't knock on many set pieces the night of Grease. There were no knocks.
I did not.
She just went out there and she go, watch this.
I did not.
Hey, and listen, it's fair. I knocked on a piece of wood.
Can I say this? Since it's got a different connotation now, she raw dogged it. She didn't do her wood knock. She went on stage.
Raw
dogging is apparently riding a plane without headphones or a book. So all of a sudden it's not disgusting.
Yeah, just raw dog that plane back there. Everyone's like, what is wrong with you? What?
Like, how did a word that was so vile go from being totally unacceptable to completely acceptable because it's got this totally different
TikTok. TikTok.
I've never seen a word evolve like that. I've never seen it. Unbelievable. Holy cow.
Oh my God.
So speaking of evolving,
I have,
I am
no
killing the
idea where
transition
this is
today.
going.
I really am. So speaking of evolving, Pat and I came up with this wonderful idea to grab all of our headshots over the years, from the first headshot that we had to the most recent one, and send it to Auntie Sara and have her react and grade out of 10 these headshots.
Let's just do them out of 5. It's too hard to do out of 10.
Out of 5. So they're in the chat.
Oh my God.
I've not seen them. I wanted to be surprised. So
okay, so like I feel like we have to start with mine because mine are first in the chat. Let me just lay the scenery.
Guys, my face hurts. This is why I'm doing, because my face hurts from smiling. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, I guess we're starting with me. The very first headshot that I sent was my first headshot when I was in 8th grade.
This is you in 8th grade? Oh my God, you're gorgeous. It's out of focus, but you're gorgeous.
My friend took this in her.
Okay, so here we go. So sorry. Go ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
No, my friend took this in her backyard with her phone and photoshopped the fuck out of me to like blur my skin to like the most ungodly ghost-like level. I hope you enjoy.
This is okay. They're really, like, to me, it really just looks like an out of focus lens. And when I look, I want like the eyes and face in focus. So while we're doing that, but that is not terrible. You know what I mean? And I usually don't like outside shots either. And I don't mind that either. That's good. Okay, this is adorable. It looks nothing like you. Who the hell is this?
Are we talking about the second one?
Yes.
So I was really in a tweezing phase. I was really
I mean, this doesn't even look like your face. It looks like your sister.
I do not have a sister.
I know. I know this. That's what I'm saying.
That's K Gold.
That is K. That is the elusive K Gold. This is very much not in focus because I couldn't find the image that was actually in focus because I tried to delete as many remnants of that image because I feel like I looked 40.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, there's something that's like, you know, when a person can look 15 and 40? That's what this looks like. You look simultaneously. But it's like, this person is beautiful. But when I see this, I'm like, I don't know who that is. I don't know. And you know I love these other two.
The last two,
well, yeah, the one, however you're gonna put it, but the one with the purple shirt and the purple shirt and the black background, like, I love this one. I wish it was a tiny bit more in focus on the left side of your face, but your skin is so beautiful, like it's so like luminous, and your hair is like just raven and beautiful. And
that was back when I still dyed my hair.
Well, I mean, me too. When was the last time I did? I don't do that anymore. Anyway, and this one, this one with the like lavender background and the jean jacket. I remember when you got. I remember when you got these, and I love these because this is my girl.
Yeah, I feel like the new ones are, which they're not totally new. I got them a couple years ago.
Yeah, but this is what you look like. You're in a perfect spot right now. I mean, you don't need to change your headshot, you know. But once you get into your, late 20s and stuff, you don't necessarily have to do that. So,
update as much.
Yeah, but you don't have to update as much, which is great. So people do, though. They spend a lot of money on headshots, I think, when they don't need to. But
Yes.
yeah, I love that one. I've always loved this one. And I remember thinking like, I remember being like, because I remember the original of this. This is cropped, isn't it? I think we cropped this one a little because I thought that there's too much going on the jacket. And what you have here is great.
Yeah. No, it's my patch jacket, and I tried to remove what I could from the top portion for the sake of photos, but because the other stuff that was on it was like sewn on. But
no, I love that one. Okay, Michael's. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we start with you in the light shirt. That was your first one.
The light shirt. Now this is baby. He was giving fun.
You are so cute. You have the beginnings of a little mustache. Do you see that?
Oh my God, yeah, you can.
Oh my God, look how sweet you are. I'm dying. And you are very serious. Oh my God, you're trying to book a soap opera with this? Yes.
I was trying to get Sopranos at a young age.
No, I'm not even kidding you. That is like, yeah. That is getting TV and film.
Wait. Which photo are you looking at now?
Well, I don't
know. The blue
know.
one.
Okay.
Wait, which one? We were looking at the blue one, baby one.
Yeah,
now, we were looking at the red t-shirt is next. That was 10th grade.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Look at you. You're just okay. Look at you disappearing into the background there. Where is your hair, Michael? That's
right.
This photographer did you dirty. Where is the backlight? Oh my gosh. Who call this photographer up? He did you dirty. You get your money back. 20 years later. Not 10 years later for you, I guess. But yeah. Oh, you're so cute though. My God, I'd put you on Glee. Right there, your Glee phase. I love it. You're such a little cutie. All right.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That is the one with your faux hawk.
This one, funny story. It's the black polo.
Yes. Okay.
This headshot was me going into my freshman year of college. Yeah. And the thing is, I quit theater, so I never used this headshot.
I really love this headshot, actually.
You know what? That's a lie, Michael, because you did use this headshot for Grease. And I remember going, who the fuck is this?
Because between that time...
Jesus. Sorry, I didn't see your face. Was in a good way, Kat?
Oh, no, it's not good. Because what's really funny is I got back into the theater in the spur of things. Like, it was very... And I didn't have time to do headshots. So I threw in this photo, and that was 5 years of difference. And keep in mind, in those 5 years, I hated my life, and COVID happened. So it looked like I've been through 3 world wars.
But like this, I don't know. I don't hate
He didn't look like it. It was just like,
at the time.
He looked, because at the time, he looked like, where's the other photo?
The next one, which I think is my worst headshot I've ever taken in my life.
Wait a second. Are you talking about this one in the pink shirt?
The red polo outside, yes.
Michael. This was really the only one?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I used that shot for 2 years.
It was let me just say, so he got these done, and he sent me the proofs, and I was like, well, I guess you're gonna use this one. Because
I'm rarely speechless. But I need you to explain this to me. I need an explanation.
So I got so bad for using the really young headshot of myself that I paid someone $50 to go out and just get one really quick headshot of me in a week's notice in between Grease and Guys and Dolls. And that person was very nice enough to accept my $50 and take one quick little photo. And this is what we ended with. So,
well, that person certainly got the long end of the stick. They took your money, honey. That person did not know how to run an iPhone. Okay, let's look at the next. So, which one are you using now, babe? Are you
the one with the black shirt and the red background?
Yeah. I like that one.
This one I absolutely adore. I did it like 2 weeks ago. My buddy Eli Flynn. Everyone, go get your photography done by Eli Flynn.
That's great. Yeah, look at your little sparkle in your eye, and I love the colored background. I'm into the colored background. I really am.
Yeah, love this picture.
Yeah,
and I look 20 years younger.
Yeah, honestly, that other guy, this other guy, has 3 kids, a minivan, and 2 jobs, and drinks a 6-pack every day. Yeah. That other guy. Yeah.
Oh. What a lovely dude.
I got a whole story for him.
He's got a background, a through line, but he's ready to go.
So. Kevin will tell you, there is not, I will just go on and on. Like ensemble members, I'll just be like, what's your story? And they'll be like, I'm a farmer. I'll be like, no, you're not. That's
let me tell you.
You're a beet farmer.
Let me tell you, Sister Act. I played about 9 different characters in that show.
You got to know.
Kat, did you see? You saw Sister Act?
Yes, so I did.
Understood all of the quick changes that I had to do in that show.
A lot.
My characters consisted of Ernie, the pool player, the cab driver, the God, oh my Lord, the homeless person, it literally just went on and on. So
Altar Boy.
I came up with the most ridiculous through line. Huh?
Altar Boy, disco dancer.
Oh my God, I forgot that. Gay Boys. That was
Gay
my
Boys,
cue.
yes.
Gay Boys. So I had the most ridiculous through line ever. Here it is.
Here it is.
Ernie comes out and he's an undercover cop. Ernie gets shot in the face in scene 2 and dies. Now, as the plot continues, I take over Ernie Jr. Now, every single character going on from Ernie getting shot is Ernie Jr. Now, we see Ernie Jr. next in the dive bar, and he's playing pool, and he hates his life. He has a bunch of tattoos. He's doing drugs. It's terrible, right? So after that, he loses the pool game and loses all of his money. So then he becomes homeless. Homeless person is the next scene, right? So he's homeless for that scene. Now, once he's homeless, he's wandering the streets. And he's like, oh my God, I hate my life. I need to become a person of God. So he goes to the church and they accept him and he becomes an altar boy. Now, once he's an altar boy, he learns that Dolores is staying there to hide from the people who killed his father. So he becomes an undercover, he follows in his dad's footsteps and tries to go after these people himself. So he becomes a cab driver in the next scene, and he tries to infiltrate them and take them in, but they catch him first and let him go. So then he goes back to the nunnery, and he's like, oh my God, guys, they're coming for Dolores. They're coming for her, right? So then he gets back in his garb as an altar boy and saves the day. So, and then if you're asking, where does Gay Boys come in? When Dolores is having her problem where she's like, oh my God, nuns, my past life, she sees people in her past life that have either been murdered or were close friends of hers, and Ernie was one of the gay boys that she had in her premonition. So Ernie did come back for a little bit for one number, but Ernie died, and his son was the rest of my ensemble track. Ta-da.
Two things. How much Benjamin buttoning was there going on in between all of this?
A lot.
And the second thing, kids, this is why homework stays at home. Oh my gosh. I was like, what is happening? I'm having a seizure. Stroke. Oh,
Okay, speaking of homework, I just want to do our last topic before we head out. Unified.
My face hurts so bad. It's really sad that I never smiled this much because, like, oh my god.
Okay.
I need to be seeking more joy. Mm.
Oh my god. So because you were talking about homework, students, kids, that's why you leave your homework at home. Can we talk about the most interesting assignment I think you get to do in college, which is unifieds, to get into all these conferences to try to sell yourself to get jobs.
What should I say about it? Should I talk specifically about, like,
I want to hear the craziest stories from unifieds. That's really what I'm here for.
You mean like for like when I see kids auditioning for schools?
That, you going to unifieds, I just want to hear it all.
All right. Well, you know, I see about 2 to 2,500 kids a year for auditions, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I see some pretty crazy shit, like, to be honest. I've seen a Nazi salute. I've seen, I've seen, shout out, you know who you are.
Oh my god.
No, because the story has a happy ending, so it's all good.
Hi, my name is Michael Matterdomini, and I'll be performing Springtime for Hitler. Thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? It wasn't Springtime for Hitler. It was from something else. And in the context of the play, it would have been great, but not.
Well, it's like someone doing like an excerpt from like God's Country.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I will say this person is one of the most talented people on the planet.
Wow.
I will say this person is one. Anyway, there's a lot of people who are gonna know what this is, but I'm not gonna. It's I've seen that. That ended up with a happy ending, but I've seen backflips, multiple backflips. Why? Why? I ask you.
They thought it was the Newsies national call. That's what it was.
But just like, this is in monologues. Okay. One time we got basic instincted. Oh, I'm so glad you know what that means.
Oh my god.
Well, I just want to remind people that, like, if you're ever on a raised stage and the adjudicators are down below you, wear underwear. That's it.
Oh my
that has happened. Yeah.
Have you ever?
And we were all just like, I literally.
Have you ever seen that meme
that says wait when like Michael, you need to wait.
Okay, go. Sorry.
It happened, and I just went. Like to everybody in the back.
It's like that surprised groundhog, like the look at that shit.
That's happened. But I think maybe the most famous one, the one we joke about every single year, without a doubt. Now, we have had some really gross out monologues. They can't, I mean, just like kiddies, if you're out there listening, like the 5-0, kiddies, if you're out there listening, please do not do victim monologues, okay? I want to remind you all, and this is for any actor, your monologue, that is your handshake, man. Okay? That is your handshake. That is your hi, this is who I am. Please, when you are 17, 18 years old, please do not shake my hand by saying, hello, I was touched inappropriately last night. Do you know what I mean? Like
out of context,
stuff.
that clip is crazy.
Hello. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Hello. My daddy touched me in the no-no place. You know what I mean? It's just like, these are the kind of out. And then like by 10:30 in the morning, like my ears and eyes are bleeding. You know, it's just like, I'm not saying that it has to be funny. I'm just saying, like, don't be a victim and don't try to like pick the worst moment of your goddamn life to relive on the day I'm meeting you.
Yikes.
Do you know what I mean? I just like, I feel like that's something that we all need to hear sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
your audition material, no matter what you are doing or who you are or where you are in your process, should be your essence always. Not like there's no way to show people who you want to be. You can only be you, man. That's it. So stop trying to like jam a square peg in a round hole. You know what I mean? It's just never gonna work. So stop doing stuff that's too old for you. Stop doing stuff that's going to gross me out. Just stop it. Okay? Also, stop doing monologues where you say you hate directors, where you say you hate the theater, or you say you hate professors. Because I personally don't want a preview of a conversation I'm going to have with you in 4 years. Like, why would anybody pick that? Why would you sit? Why would you go up in front of a room full of professors and be like, academia is stupid. You're stupid. Like there's this monologue. I don't even know what it's from, but there's this monologue that literally admonishes professors. And yes, there are bad professors out there, but guess what? Most of them aren't sitting in this room. And so that is an immediate turnoff for me. I will call somebody back who does something inappropriate, like the Nazi salute, to be like, don't ever fucking do that again, man. Don't, because that's a learning experience. Yeah. Somebody didn't inform him that was not cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will never not be too soon, man. Okay. It will never not be too soon. And so, like, I needed to call him back. On top of that, his mom didn't know that he did it. And I swear to God, if she could have smacked him in the back of the head, she would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nobody told him not to do that. Somebody said, you got to put all that out there. No. And knowing this person, that is not this person's essence in any way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? So I just remind you all. Just like we don't sing our loudest or highest note, or we shouldn't, in any audition, save it for the callback. Yeah? Just get in the callback room, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Just like we don't do that, we need to think about our packages as a handshake. You know, this is me. This is me. This is me.
Michael,
I'm
do
not
you
gonna
have
gross
any?
you out. I
God.
don't hate you. You know what I mean? Sorry,
For the
say
love
again.
of God, no more I ate the divorce papers, Charles. And
You know
on
what?
that note,
They're actually laying off that one because I have made, at least down here in Florida, I have made it very clear that I don't, because there's more than one from that stupid fucking thing.
I
And
used to do one from that show, but it was
what, the
it
one
was
about the proposal?
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Guess what, kids? If you can Google it, so can everyone else.
and it doesn't get better.
No. So Michael, do you have any unified stories?
I didn't do unifieds. I didn't
Lucky
do
duck.
I didn't do any of that jazz. So I'm so thrilled that I get to hear the wonderful stories.
Oh my
Well,
god.
that's just from the audition side, or from the audition side. When I've gone to like conferences and auditioned as an actor, I've had honestly kind of stupid great experiences. My first
Yeah.
UPTA, I had like 33 callbacks.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
33 callbacks is not anything to sneeze at, certainly, especially when you're not a dancer. You know what I mean?
True.
So I had really great success. I also went to Straw Hats before it went to shit. So I got my first job there. I went to NETC before it went to shit. I was there like in the last 2 years where it was okay going there, and now it's not very good. I never participated in SETC, and I wouldn't.
SETC is
even
wild.
now.
It is massive. It is crazy. It
is too
is
late in the season.
So I did FTC for pre-screening, SETC and NETC, and the thing that I'll never forget, and it was a school in Florida, clearly had just done Seussical the Musical. And me and Jared Gibson, because we were both last names with G's, we were always in purple. So we were like the purple crew. So we were in the room together.
Jared had that purple shirt.
And so all these kids were doing cuts from fucking Seussical the Musical. And so like first we get Horton doing a song, we get a JoJo doing a song, we got Amazing Maisie, and she's dancing full out on this like dilapidated platform, doing the number. And I'm like, what is happening? And then I will never forget this iconic moment. This girl comes up and she was
the Sour Kangaroo?
No, it was Gertrude. And she came up and she sings Notice Me Horton, but because of the cut, she sings both parts, both Horton and Gertrude. And so
Horton done her to who?
It was literally like I'm trying to remember that I can't remember how it goes, but she's doing over and over, like up the octave, lower my clover, I was just an hour. Anyway, so she was doing this whole thing, and so she ends it, and she takes her hands right before like it goes back into like the Gertrude portion where it's still a duet. Now I have someone who has something to believe in and to be there. And on the 4, she takes her hands and does this gesture up, 4, and then like looks down at her hands going down on like the little piano tinkling, and that was the end of her cut. And me and Jared are like a couple people apart, and we just look at each other slowly like, what am I doing? We just watched
standing ovation.
It was literally like an 8 count of her looking at her hands.
Nothing will prepare you for sitting in, and like you don't get to do that at UPTA, but at the other unifieds you do, and you get to hear the other people, and it can be really great or really bad. And there's no in between. So
it's wild.
Well, I can see Michael is sweating because his battery is running down.
No, I got a really bad sunburn and it's like still irritating me. It's terrible.
I just tell you're antsy because the phone's ringing. But this was wonderful. I really missed you guys.
Oh, we miss you.
We missed you.
A really crappy night so much better. So I really want to thank you for always supporting me and just generally giving us all tons of joy. Like, man, I can't wait to do it again.
Yes. You are a staple on this show, if not the
you better
mascot.
believe it.
If not the mascot.
Mascot, yes. Oh my God. You'll have to make me a like Bitmoji.
If not even, we'll do Sarah Schoch merch. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done. If
Shock
not stickers, then hats. Just a hat with, you know what I mean, on it.
You know what I mean?
That's all it'll be.
It doesn't get better.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't get better. You know what I mean? Oh my God, please. My sister has a Cricut. I wonder if she could make it.
We'll get it done.
I'll ask her.
Done and done. Done and done.
Done and done.
Well, non-ec people, non-ec, because I'm one of them too. Non-ec nonsense people. Thank you for having me again. I love you guys. Keep bringing us all the joy.
We love you.
We love you, Auntie.
We wish you all of the broken legs on your show and your own.
I don't need a broken leg. I'm already crippled. Come on now. Don't be wishing me no broken legs.
No broken legs.
I don't need more mobility aids. I do. I will tell you one more thing. My cane for Lady M. I'll send you a picture of it, and you can put it in the podcast. It's a bird.
Thrilled.
It's a bird.
We love it.
I can't.
I love you guys.
Love you, Auntie.
Bye.
So this has been Non-Ec Nonsense. Thank you for joining us for this lovely episode. We will be back with you on our dark days. Michael or Sua, if you're still listening, you're coming on this goddamn podcast. That's all I really have to say. Kat, do you have anything to wrap up with?
Nope, that's it. Continue listening in for the nonsense.
Stay happy. Stay healthy. No COVID.